Hey, what's up? Welcome to Epic Future Space. My name is Michael Clark, and this is a new show dedicated to robotic and human spaceflight. What I wanted to show you guys today was some more interviews that I got while I was at the ISDC conference in Washington, D.C. And what I mostly want to show you is actually not what I got at the ISDC, but at the Google Lunar X Prize Summit. And so to kind of start things off, I wanted to show you an interview that I got with Tim Pickens from the Rocket City Space Pioneers. And this interview that I got actually was at the Space Access Conference back in April. I know it was a while, but he still talks about a lot of cool things that the Rocket City Space Pioneers are doing. So let's start with that, and then I have quite a few different interviews from some of these different teams, and some of whom that, I didn't really know much about until I met them and talked with them a little bit more. So lots of really cool stuff. So first of all, let's start off with Tim Pickens, and then we'll go from there. Hello everybody, I'm here with Tim Pickens, who I consider the Wernher von Braun of our generation.
That's heavy. That's putting a lot of pressure on me, everyone. Okay. But
This man is a genius, though. Let's go ahead and talk about Rocket City Space Pioneers.
Okay, cool. All right, let's talk about it. We've been working hard with folks in Huntsville, Alabama. It's amazing what students can do. The high school students actually built this, all its hardware. It's not just a model. That rover right there, they actually drive it around with a PC. They can actually drive that thing Ethernet. They could drive it, from home if they wanted to. They built that moonscape too. It's 30 feet long. It's about 12 feet wide, and actually guys that worked the original moon program came out and worked with the students and helped design that soul and that moonscape and those craters. So we got guys in their 70s and 80s to help design this moonscape.
Wow.
And the whole idea was we need somewhere to drive this rover and do some testing, man. So this is full scale. This is about 5.5 feet tall. This has real hardware and a lot of it's some mock-up. So we call it an engineering development unit. The students built most of this at the high school level, man. So it's really cool.
That is really cool.
Yep. So we're real happy with this.
Well, thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you. Well, we're real happy with our outreach with the student volunteers. If it wasn't for volunteers, we'd have a whole lot less work done. And these young people are really inspired. Many of them, as a result of this program, they said, I'm going to be an engineer. And the guys that did some CAD work in the class, they were putting this thing together. They would say, I don't like building this stuff because a lot of times my CAD doesn't really work. The parts don't fit together as I planned. And so I said, well, that's good. Then you're really learning what the real world's like. So these CAD guys, they get nervous because something was really going to get built and it may not fit. So we learned a lot. Students learned a lot from that experience. So this is a cool program. And STEM is important to Rocket City Space Pioneers. It's certainly important to Dynetics. So I appreciate you asking us about it.
I'm really interested in it, and I really hope all the best. I hope that you guys are able to do this and have a successful mission. Even if not, just the experience that these students are getting, and I'm sure that you're getting, is
It's been a lot of fun. We just sent some kids to space camp. We had kids name our lander, and it's really cool. We had fifth graders. We're sending our fourth graders from the state of Alabama. We're sending a whole class up there to space camp. In fact, they're going in the next week or two. And you wouldn't believe when I announced it to them. Some of these kids said, "Wow, this is the best day of our lives." And these kids are in rural areas of Alabama, and we had a statewide contest, and it was a big deal. And they'll get up there, and who knows who will be the next Von Braun who comes out of there and really make a difference. Maybe there'll be some breakthroughs in propulsion down the road. And I tell these kids that, kids, we haven't solved everything. In fact, in a lot of ways, we've gone backwards because we can't afford doing things like we did during the days of Apollo. They're not sustainable. The budgets aren't there. I said, so we're having to be innovative. We're having to do things very different today. But we need young minds to solve very hard problems. And we encourage these guys to dream big. And they can do these sort of things. So I'm encouraged. I was very impressed with the kids that are out there working these programs.
That's very cool.
Yep.
And I'm all for trying to find, the next Von Braun through that, but don't sell yourselves too short yet. The designs that you have and the things that I've seen that you were working on has blown my mind. So.
Well, we appreciate it. We've got a good team, and you know what? Von Braun was many things, and I'm a big follower of his, and I'd be happy just to be able to polish his shoes. But anyways, whatever I can do to make a difference, and we'll let history decide whether it was relevant or not. All right. We'll let history make the final judgment call on that.
All right. Well, thank you for joining me.
All right, appreciate it.
All right, so that was really awesome, but Tim Pickens had a little bit more to say, so I have a part 2 to that, and I'm going to be putting that up on my second channel, which actually is called Epic Future Space instead of OT Mikhail. I know, worst username ever, but still, hopefully that will become my main channel someday. So if you'd like to see a little bit more of what Tim Pickens had to say, you can check that out there. And then a lot of cool stuff has been happening. First of all, a good friend of mine, Kyle, had provided all the background music for this episode. You can check out his channel in the links below. I've been in a couple of his things, and there was a really cool music video that we made that I was in for one of the songs that he did. So definitely go check that out. There's going to be a link in the description below for his Reverb Nation page, and you can check that out. They're cool songs. I like them, and let me know what you think as to whether or not it's appropriate background music for this show or not. But as for that, I'm going to be having a lot more stuff, and I'm just going to start putting out all those other interviews, and so enjoy those and comment on them and like them and let me know what you think about them. All right, well, I will see you guys next time then, and remember, ad astra to the stars.